This is Science in the Outer Streams, episode 2 of our show on Jiddu Krishnamurti.
When one sees this reality for what it is, when you see totally with your whole being, not just with your eye, not just with your one part of your head, when you see totally with your whole being, there is a spontaneous response, which is a response of, you could say, feeling, of concern, of care. If you see, for example, he uses the example, let's say you're walking down the road and you see a piece of glass lying on the road or on the trail, along the path. Many people would just walk past and not think anything about it. But when you see that there's a piece of glass or a piece of junk lying there, and you see that it could cause somebody else pain, immediately you see not only the piece of glass, but its connection to everything else. You pick up the glass to care for the other people that were there, to care for the beauty of the environment, to want to change it in such a way that it becomes a more beautiful place. Basically, is what he would call, what I understand him to say, is the essence of love. When one looks at reality and sees dark and light, he sees the good and the evil, it ain't all perfect, and he's the first to admit that, then one is prompted when he sees with the heart. Okay, that's what intuition, I think, is really about. When you see with the heart, immediately is a response of caring for that reality. And when you care for that reality, it could well prompt, and you can't ever say beforehand what you're going to do, but it will prompt you in those cases where you see disorder to bring about a greater order into it. In other words, not only will you see the flower in its beauty, but in seeing the beauty of the flower, that experience itself will cause you to flower in your own goodness, in your own beauty, become an active engager in life, so that spontaneously, immediately, like the Taoist says, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to plan it out. You see what is appropriate to be done, and you make the changes in the world around you. You may say the right word. You may give the right smile. You may do the right thing. You may make the changes with your hands, whatever it is, to make the world a more beautiful place. And going back to what Jesus was saying, I mean, here you get the idea of love as being, when you see truth, love is the spontaneous response to that. And when you live in that way, then you're no longer concerned about tomorrow. You're no longer concerned about, take care of consider the troubles of today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Because like you said, the lilies of the field, they neither toil nor spin. What you do, you enter into a relationship to life where you don't have any concern about what may come next. You're totally concerned with what is happening right now, because that's the only reality that we have access to. Our lived experience is only now. It's constantly changing, constantly arising in new form after new form after new form. And when you're engaged in life, then, he points out, life takes care of you. You don't have to worry. And this is, again, an interesting idea. Jesus
from heaven, divine
right,
help.
Right,
yes.
Exactly. Life takes care of you. And what's the quote of Jesus? If you seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all things will be given to you beside. Krishnamurti doesn't use the terms heaven and so on. He tries to stay away from theological concepts, because those concepts, particularly from the old tradition, have been so colored,
indeed,
and so misleading because of all the connotations that they have with them. But he says, let's go away from, Jesus may have been a great master. Buddha may have been a great master. There may have been many other people, but it doesn't make one bit of difference if you don't see that reality yourself. It's important to see the truth for yourself. Be your own teacher, be your own master, be your own guide, because only when you reach that state of freedom within yourself can you be a truly contributing, creative individual in the universe, which was I think what he meant by I want to set human beings absolutely unconditionally free, was to bring human beings to the realization by this transformation, inner transformation of consciousness. Get away from the rat race. Get away from all this silliness that we do. We destroy each other. We destroy ourselves in all the petty little things the goals that we have to try to make things happen, try to force the world in the way we want it, our old egoistic kind of selfish, self-centered kind of activity.
Yes.
If we can let that go, then we can flow with life and be a contributing, creative individual to life that will make it into a wonderful place. And if everybody would do that together, we would have the kingdom of heaven on earth.